we now start with our journey of the sequences in the series. So now we are going to start with our arithmetic sequence, or otherwise called, you would know it as your linear sequence or your linear progression, depending on your teacher. So now the general term that we are going to use in grade 12 is no longer going to be your Tn is equal to dn plus q, but we are going to use Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d, where now a is equal to the first term and your d is equal to your common difference. And we always know that for a linear sequence, your common difference is t2 minus t1, or we could rather say tn minus tn minus 1. So now let us look at this pattern here. So we have this pattern. They are saying we must determine the 11th term. So when they are saying the 11th term, they mean that we should determine T11. And then now they give us the first three terms of this pattern, which is 7, 16, and 25. So we know that now for a pattern, we first need to find our common difference. So we are going to start by saying that d is equal to t2 minus t1, which is 16 minus 7, and that would give us 9. And then that would also be the same case for 25 minus 16, and we would get 9. So therefore we know that d is going to be equal to 9. And what is our first term of this pattern? Our first term of this pattern is equal to 7. So therefore now, to find the 11th term, we are going to use Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Some people, most of the textbooks and teachers write it like this, but I would prefer that you guys get used to writing the D in brackets like this. Therefore, now we are going to say T11. Everywhere we see N, we are going to substitute 11. Then our first term is 7 plus, this is going to be 11 minus 1 multiplied by our difference, which is going to be 9. And therefore now T11 is going to be equal to 97. Then now, some other kid would ask that, okay, how do we find the general term for this one? So now, we are going to do the same thing basically here when we are finding the general term. So the general term here, we are going to say Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Therefore now for Tn, we're just going to say 7 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 9. And therefore now we are going to get our Tn as 9 n, and then it would be, now we know that we are going to say that the value of q there is going to be equal to our 7 minus our 9, which gives us a negative 2, guys. So this is 7 minus 9, which gives us a negative 2, and then this would be the general term for this